All right, welcome back to week 2 of 2022 season study ball. And I figured there's only one place I could really go with this study ball, and that's down to Miami, Tua Tagovailoa, and his record performance that he had bringing his team back against the Ravens. And I love to do these because it's as much for the haters as everybody else to understand where Tua is at this point in his career. But parts of that first half on Twitter, and people are killing Tua for this throw and that throw, and doesn't have the arm strength and blah, 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 blah. Well, most of the game is played under 30 yards anyway. So the ability to process, the ability to take information and accurately discern that information and then make good throws on time, to be able to make big throws in big moments, all things that Tua did in that second half, hoping that this is what catapults him to a new level as a quarterback. But it's going to be fun to break this down because he was so good with a variety of different things, and that's what I love. It's not just, hey, he's really good at one thing. He was doing a lot of things really, really well in this game. Let's take a look at the tape. All right, so I want to take a look at the first 2 interceptions first. And what we're going to have here is we're going to have a mirrored concept. So we're going to run a deep curl, and we're going to run a deep curl, and then off of this, we're going to have somebody in the flat on both sides. So this ends up turning into an interception, but here's the thing. We can sit back and we can play this particular play, and we can freeze it at the top, and we can say, oh man, he should have gone over here, okay, instead of over here because this safety's deeper and this safety's driving. But there's no way for Tua to know this. So Tua's got to just simply pick a side. And as you notice, there's a lane on both sides, a shot to complete this on both sides. This was simply just a good play by the safety, right? Blame Tua all you want, but this is a good play by the safety who's squatting, reading his eyes, jumps it, tips it up in the air, and then a great interception catch right there. So beat him up all you want. Oh, he threw 2 interceptions in the first half. He wasn't great. Whatever. That was one of those pick a side, drive the throw, great play by the defense, and we move on. All right, this one, not a good decision here by Tua. Okay, so what we're going to have here by Tua is we're going to have a guy going down the middle. We're going to run a curl route right here and a flat. All right, and on the backside, we're going to run a 7 pump. So really all I'm looking for on the backside for the 7 pump is if I have a safety high to that side or not. If I've got a safety high to that side, that's gone. If that safety, so just visualize this safety not here. If that safety is not there, then I have what I want because I'm going to lean here. I've got a flat safety here. I'm going to have a corner outside, and now I get a shot to get that double move. But as soon as that safety is back there, we're going to X that off. Shouldn't even be thinking there, and he's got the perfect look that he wants to this side, isolating this guy, curl to flat with an off corner. That's where he should have been going on this particular play. You'll see it right there. There's his completion. I think that's Tyreek Hill. Easy completion right there. Tua just decided I'm going to throw the deep one here, and just a bad decision. There's guys sitting back there, and so we got to chalk this up and give Tua a minus on this one. He's just throwing it up, but got to understand what he's seeing before he takes that. All right, so that's the first half. Couple interceptions. They fall way behind. Now let's go through the second half because this is where Tua just got really, really good. Okay? And this is where he's special. His ability to understand what he's seeing and timing and accuracy on those shorter type throws, 25 yards and under. Here, we're going to run pretty much a similar play to what we had before. We're going to run a guy down the middle. Instead of a curl, we're going to have an in, and then we're going to run a hook on the outside. So it really becomes a high-low outside here off of whoever that defender is. With this influence right here, okay, so when we're trying to get through here, what we're trying to do is hold this defender off, hold him inside long enough that we can hit this in. Window is tight on this, but you'll see it. Okay, so the Ravens, the guy that's normally in this spot, he's carrying deep here. So he's carrying deep. So it's really the corner that ends up taking the underneath spot. So we know we've got a shot at the end. The only thing is we've got to beat that defender with the throw. You're going to see it right here. Nice job. Back, one hitch, get the ball out, hit that window. Nice little chunk play right there to Tyreek Hill. Okay, love this right here. Always trying to make the game easier. So over here, we're going to have a concept over here, right? We're going to do some stuff over here. But what I mean by make the game easier, quarterbacks, is you've got an alert over here. You got a 12-yard out. If you get the alert look, corner off, outside linebacker in a position where you don't think he can stop it, make the game easier. Instead of having to try to read 3 guys over here and figure out who's open, if you got your one-on-one, if you got your alert, drop back and just take it. It's what Tua does right here. He's got exactly what he wants. Doesn't have to worry about this whole concept to the left. Boom. Let me just get the ball out. Nice little 12-yard completion. We're moving. Make the game as easy as possible, as quickly as possible. Little play action right here. I love this one right here. So play actions. So what are they trying to do? Play action. You do that. You're trying to draw these guys up, and you're trying to hit this right here in some kind of window. Okay? He comes back, doesn't have that window. First thing he does is, where's my check down? Where's my check down? And I love the patience here because he's got a little swing route right here, and this defensive end kind of sees it, starts to fall off on it, but he lets his guy continue to go. Watch. Lets him continue to go. Sees it. Just flip it up over the top, get it to your guy. It's a check down, but we're picking up 12, 13 yards on the check down, knowing where to go. It's simply right here to check down on this play action. Does a nice job. Boom, get the ball out of your hands. Don't let that pressure get to you. Go get a positive play, especially as we're approaching the red zone. I love this one right here. Okay, so we're expecting them to play soft. We're going to run Tyreek Hill right down to the goal line. So we're hoping that we get a soft look here and these guys split and I can drill this ball right in front of them to Tyreek Hill. He's got the speed. He pushes them with the speed. Hopefully they back up and I drill it right there. On top of that, they've got Mike Gesicki running a post over the top of it. So all I want you to see is when Tyreek Hill hooks right here, like he's a yard into the end zone. So we got to understand there is only 9 yards back here. There's a defender about 3 yards deep in the end zone as he goes to throw this ball to Gesicki. But what he sees is he sees those guys squat and clamp on Tyreek Hill. He lets this thing go. And I mean, look at this. There's a defender right there. And he lets this ball go high and to the end line, which is how we like to throw our back end line balls. Throw them high where only your guy can get it, nobody else. But what an unbelievable, beautiful throw up over the top. Everybody's squatting at the goal line. He sees it right here. Boom. Great, accurate, tough, high throw. His tight end goes up and gets it and then does that funky little dance right there. He said, look better in the mirror. All good. We appreciate you. So some really, really good plays. Here, we're going to run what we call F-post. Boom. And we're going to go with the shallow. Okay, they're going to push this up. And then Tyreek Hill's going to run the F-post. Push out. And then he's going to come back on the post. What we're usually reading is the guy that's covering this shallow route. If there's a linebacker sitting in this spot, we want to see if he jumps that linebacker. If it's man-to-man like it is here, does that guy run man-to-man, which you expect him to? And there it is. We got the run out, and there's going to be a great window right here. Except what? Look what the Ravens do. Defensive end right here. Shows that he's going to come. Then he backs off right into the throwing lane for Tua right here. So we'll freeze it right there. That's where he wants to throw it. Normally, that's where the ball's coming out. Oops, they dropped a guy right there. Patience. Tua, understand. Tyreek, understand. Stay on your course. Keep going. It's what we call a second window throw. So first window is on time. Second window is somebody holds it off, and we've got to hit it back behind him in the second window. Good patience right here. Tyreek keeps going. Boom. Right in that window as soon as he crosses over him. Right? What are we reading? We're reading body language of this guy. So this guy right here, I see him as a quarterback, and his hips are flat to the line of scrimmage. He's looking at me. He has no idea what's going on behind him. He's drifting a little bit that direction where my eyes are taking him. So I know because he's in that position, Tyreek's going to run past him. Boom. Ball's out. Good completion, protecting his guy. Another nice throw right there. Love this. Big chunk throw. Again, we always want to talk about arm strength, arm strength, arm strength. 95% of the game is played under 30 yards. So here, we're going to run a clear out right here, and we're going to run the big in. Big in. It's the route to build my house. Okay? We're going to come across here on a shallow. We're going to run a swing out here. So we're coming back and we're reading this defender. This defender is way down tight towards the line of scrimmage. Go get yourself another chunk throw, Tua. Show them you can make these chunk throws. Nice ball, second level, to the big end, good read. Boom, we're rolling. Getting it to our guys with speed and space, and now we make guys miss. So many good things that Tua did in this game. All right. This one right here. Now, here's another one that Tua missed. Okay, so what they're doing here is they're running a shallow route right here. They're running a return route right here, and they're taking their back out of the backfield and running what we call a divide route. Running a divide route. So here's what we're hoping on this particular play. So we go back to the start of it. Here's what we're hoping. We're hoping as this guy goes inside that he takes this coverage with him. As this guy goes outside that he takes this coverage with him. And I got to be ready to hit this right now. Almost hitting it right at the line of scrimmage and letting him split those guys, divide those guys, and score a touchdown. So we should be reading inside first. Okay, right there. We get it. We get the squeeze. We get that guy coming. Right there, Tua. Right there. There's your throw. Okay? So he misses this one. He misses this throw right here. But he's going to keep working through it. He's late to that. Keep working. Great spin move right there. Keep this thing alive. And our return route right here keeps coming all the way across the field. Scramble drill. Love the scramble drill, right? This guy stops. He's going to work the back line. This guy continue to go in the short area, work towards your quarterback. This guy here, like to see him push up and come back down where the quarterback's going, even though he gets pushed out of bounds, but they're working towards him. Boom. Another good play on the move. Touchdown. Missed the initial read. All right, keep it alive. Go get yourself a score. All right, now it's taking advantage. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, the Ravens screwed it up. The Ravens screwed it up. It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that great a performance. Whatever. A big part of playing quarterback is taking advantage of what the defense does. When the defense screws up, take advantage of it. I'm not going to sit back and go, hey, I threw for 400 yards, but the defense screwed up the whole time. Oh, well, they screwed up. I took advantage of their screw-ups. That's what the game is all about. See their screw-ups, take advantage of it. So right here, here's what you see. They're playing a quarters coverage. Each of these guys is playing a quarter of the deep area of the field. Okay, when a lot of teams run what we call a 3-by-1, 3 receivers to one side, 1 to the other, and defenses are playing quarters, they like to play what we call push quarters. So the backside safety pushes over to the front side, knowing that they've got the advantage coming back here. I'm going to push over there to the 3 receivers. We're still going to play quarters here, but I'm going to help anything down the middle, and that usually leaves this guy here one-on-one on the backside. This guy doesn't push over. You basically got this guy doubled, especially because Tyreek Hill is running a post here. So that's pretty much a dead play if that guy doesn't push over. Tua does a great job of recognizing what's the safety do. Safety, I think that's Hamilton there, starts pushing over. He's eyeing whatever's coming from the front side to be able to, squeeze that and take away any throw. Tua sees that and says, hey, I'm one-on-one with a guy that I know is faster than their guy. Take advantage of Marcus Peters, who loves to put his eyes in the backfield on top of it. Boom. He goes over there. He's in no man's land, meaning the safety, and I'm just going to launch it out there. Okay, calculated this, about a 58-yard throw. All right, doesn't have enough arm strength. Yeah, he might not be able to throw at 70. You throw at 58, you throw it on time, you go get yourself touchdowns. We're going to live with that over and over again. But the biggest thing is see what the defense is doing, take advantage of the mistakes that they made or take advantage of the adjustments that they make. That's exactly what Tua did there. You can call it a busted coverage. I don't. It's exactly what they wanted to do. Tua just read it, saw it, they had the perfect play call, and he took advantage of it. All right, we'll talk about a busted coverage. We'll talk about a busted coverage right here. No idea what the Ravens are doing right here. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys up. 8 guys up. So if you're this corner over here and you realize there's 8 guys up, and these are the only 3 left on this side. So I don't know what the call was in the huddle, but If I'm this corner up here at the top, I'm saying to myself, there ain't none of these guys that are getting to the deep half on my side of the field. None of them are. If this ball is snapped, none of them are getting there. There you go. Ball snapped. Okay? This corner decides to squat. Who does he think's getting back there to the deep half? If he saw the alignment just like we did, who does he think's getting back there? There ain't nobody getting back there. So what Tua sees is everybody running out, and all the deep guys are over here. So what do I know? I got Tyreek Hill one-on-one with the corner over there. Okay, I don't care if they screw it up or not. I'm not counting on them, to think that the corner to think that it's cover 2 and no safety to go over there. I'm simply saying, you got everybody in the defense over here. I got my fastest receiver one-on-one with the corner up top. I am taking it, and it just so happens, as he sees all that and takes it, the corner squats because he thinks he's got help over the top, and now it becomes a high hopper and a busted coverage. But again, this is all about going, I see you. I see what you're doing. I'm taking this no matter what you're supposed to do because everybody is from the hash to the right side of the field for Tua. I'm taking my one-on-one to the left. Great job by him. Yeah, they busted it when it was all said and done, but so what? Good read, good decision, good ball, another touchdown. This one here may be my favorite play that Tua had all day. So what's going to happen here? They're going to bring an all-out blitz. Bring a backer, and they're going to bring a safety here. And this safety is going to come free on Tua. All right, so it's what we call a hot, right? We don't have a guy to block him. He's coming. I've got to get the ball out of my hands. I got to get it out hot. I got to throw it before he gets to me. Normally those throws are little quick throws, little verticals, little flats. Tyreek Hill here has a skinny post right here. We always say to ourselves, skinny post, 12-yard outs. Yes, if you can hold the ball and be sure to get it out and hit those guys, there's usually opportunities, but it's not an easy thing to do. Well, Tua does it right here. Guy barreling down on him. He sees the window. He lets the ball go as he's getting hit against the blitz, takes advantage of this huge hole right here. So instead of settling for Jalen Waddle, boom, right there on the quick little move, he says, forget it. I'm playing aggressive. I'm not going to sit back. I'm going to go win this football game. That guy's coming. I got a shot down here to the skinny post. I'm taking it. Boom. As he gets hit, ball's out on time. Great adjustment and catch by Tyreek. Not always perfect when you have to throw a hot skinny post, but that's a huge chunk play with pressure in his face. Well done by Tua. All right, here we go. Game winner. Game winner. All right, so he's making all kinds of plays. Ad-lib plays when things break down. Things on time. Reading things out. Making quick throws. Making throws down the field. Everything. Okay, now here. Okay, where's Tua at? We see all that other stuff. Now we've got a pure progression play. Here. Okay, we're going to run a little rub here for Tyreek Hill, who's coming back here. And then Jalen Waddle's going to run a return and be the fifth guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so what's Tua do? Tua comes back, frees it right here. We got a double team on this one. Don't like it. Okay, maybe think flat, but this safety's going to come down. I get back to my end. Double teamed right there. All right, Tyreek Hill, it's my next guy. Double teamed right there. Go find your one-on-one. Yep, it took a little time. I got to get all the way to 5. Got to buy a little bit of time. Get outside. Boom, I see it. See him separate. Put it high and away from the defender. Boom, game winner right there. Huge fourth quarter, touchdown number 6. Tua played a heck of a football game. Yeah, he made one mistake in the first half, but that happens. All right, that's for all the haters out there that was hating on Tua, saw the first half, said, making mistakes, doesn't have the arm strength, all of that stuff. Yes, made a mistake in the first half on that 7 pump. The other one, great play by the defense. But a big part of playing this position is when things don't go in your direction, when you fall behind by 20 points, do you keep battling? Do you make the plays that your team needs you to make to keep them in the game? Tua did that and then some. He was huge in the second half. And you saw all the variety of different things. It wasn't like guys were just standing open. It wasn't like everybody says they just busted a bunch of coverages and he just threw it to a guy that was wide open. Yes, it happened a couple times, but there was calculated decision-making and processing behind those throws. He was going to make those throws if the defense did a particular thing. They did. He took advantage of it. Yes, they ended up busting it at the end of the day, but that's not the point. The point is, what was Tua thinking? What kind of decision was he making? When we see all the variety of things, he makes the game easier, right? He's got great timing. On the hot, he's turning down the quick throw and he's banging a skinny post on there. He's working through his progressions. That's big-time quarterback play. Whether you love his arm or not, doesn't matter. As I said, 95% of the game is played 30 yards or less. He's got plenty of arm. If you have accuracy and if you have timing and understanding, it's plenty of arm to play this game. And then we saw the deep shots, able to get it out there 58, 60 yards. If you throw it on time, you should never have to throw it further than that anyway. So Tua, A-plus performance, especially in that second half. But the biggest thing is we saw growth in a lot of different areas from Tua Tagovailoa. And now I'm excited to see where does he go from here. First game, he was all right in this offense, did some good things, but wasn't necessarily great. He was great in the second half of this Ravens game. Can he bottle that up and bring it every single week? He's going to need it next week against the Buffalo Bills for sure, but can he bottle it up and bring it every week? And that's what's going to tell us if this Tua that we saw in the second half can be the Tua that we see the rest of his career.